Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. Low pressure centered right over parts of west central Minnesota right now. Shifting wind direction, but still swirling showers of rain making their way through. Ripping winds continue across parts of South Dakota, and a freeze warning in effect. Your forecast begins right now. But first, my friends at Robert Gibbons Sons want to let you know that they have Bryant heating and cooling systems, whatever it takes. They come with a 10-year parts warranty, a 3-year labor warranty. Call the team that's been getting it done for over 110 years here in the area. Robert Gibbons Sons. Let them know that Hutch sent you. Let's take a full screen look at this radar. And here's the low pressure center right smack dab. It looks like it's right over Otter Tail County, Becker County line here. So maybe the Cormorant Lakes area. Some gusts out there reported across the area today in South Dakota, where you see all these blue icons. Gusts over 55 miles per hour once again. North flow here cooling things off. These are cold rain showers. Devil's Lake right through the New Rockford and Carrington areas, heading into western parts of Stutsman County. Rain showers continue Minot down that 83 corridor right down into the Bismarck area. Drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Love to have you on here. Let's take a look at what's going on with these rain showers. As we go through the last few scans, we can take a look at the rainfall for today in these storm total estimates. But let's go ahead and take a look at what's fallen in the rain gauges first. And this is a 7-day total. These rain showers started on Wednesday morning out west. So they've had rain almost all day Wednesday, Thursday all day with heavy showers of rain, and now Friday, the better part of the day. 3 full days of rain. And look at this, right where the drought is the worst, 4.85 inches as we go out there towards the oil patch. And again, 3 to 5 inches of rain aplenty. Down in Sioux County and Grant County on the line here, we have over 5 inches of rain that has fallen in the rain gauge. Bismarck, Mandan, close to 3 or 2.5 inches, 3.5 inches plus in the Minot area. Here in the valley, a solid 1/2 inch in the FM area with 6/10 across other portions of the Cass County area. Hi, Cheryl. Good to have you on board. All right, let's take a look at the headline right now. And we do have that freeze warning that is in place. It's been upgraded from an advisory to a warning, meaning we're pretty sure we're going to see some pretty cold conditions, cold enough for a freeze warning. That means if you have anything planted outside out west, you're going to want to pay attention to this forecast and cover those things up. Bring those potted plants in if you can. And again, it's Minot, straight down into Dickinson, out towards Bowman. Gusty north winds will blow things around. There's wind advisories for the majority of the state as well, and wind warnings in South Dakota where the wind is rocking. Thanks for the stars, Stephanie. I sure appreciate all of you right here on Hutch's Weather, and I appreciate you so much. We're going to get to this all-important forecast here in just one second, but I want to share this. How humbled I am by all of your uploading of photos to my website, hutchesweather.com. Not just one, but 2 of your reports confirming a tornado in Pembina County yesterday. You can see the video clips of that. Scary looking clouds and storms up and down the valley as well. And without you, some of this tornado activity would have never even been known about. You posted it on here. You uploaded it to my website. Like, check this out. This is 5 miles off to the north of the East Grand Forks area. Look at this low cloud. You can almost see the spinning in the atmosphere as these storms work their way through that environment yesterday. And when we get the spin and you get an updraft that pulls it and thins that spinning column of air up and points it down to the ground, we get, well, tornadoes. Now, this is in the Hensel area, and this is from Morgan. Morgan was first to let me know, hey, look at this. We've got us a tornado that hit the ground. Look how dangerously close this was to this farmstead. And according to Morgan, no damage done by this, but definitely a very visible tornado in contact with the ground, picking up debris and moving ever so close to that farmstead. And Morgan's neighbor must have been out filming at the same time from the Crystal area, the same storm. Rachel says, yep, saw that. Here it is. And again, without your reports, we sometimes don't know what happens. I want to point out this tornado in contact with the ground is just a few, maybe even 100 yards wide, but feet wide. The radar's not going to detect this at that distance from the radar, particularly underneath the ground now. It might see up in the cloud a little spin out there, but indeed, thank you so very much, and I'll get right back to your forecast. Let's take a look at the rainfall in the forecast right now, and we're going to tell you about how much more I expect to fall, because it's still wet out there across the western and central part of the Dakotas, and even here in the valley from time to time, we have some shower activity. So here's the low pressure center right smack dab over Lakes country. Let's go back to a model that'll get us out at least through the end of the day here. Now, this one, the neat thing about using these kind of models is it'll give me a from right now to a little later how much more rain we're expecting potentially from this. So see this as we go toward the evening hours tonight, your drive time home, and we're talking about 7, 8 o'clock into the evening, scattered showers of rain, and flakes of snow. Hutch said it, the S word. Up near the international border, I've been talking for the last 3 days, a chance for a flake mixing in. It's oofta, Donna says. And that's right, I say oofta too. Nai oofta. There it comes. Look at the gusty winds out of the north. So this evening will be windy. Scattered showers continue as we head towards 10 o'clock tonight, but it starts drying up from central North Dakota to the east. Still, scattered showers of rain into the overnight hours, and this is your midnight to 1 a.m. time frame. Still raining here and there. Very light rain showers. Colleen, thank you. Hi from Rose Lake near Vergas. Good to have you on board, Rose Lake. Beautiful country over there. Thanks so much. And Tario from Dilworth. Good to have you on board. And Cheryl also watching from Nadawash. Loving this much needed rain, and we sure did get quite a bit in places. We'll go over that in a second. Check this out. Here's that rain shower activity still mixing with a flake in the northern country as we head into the morning hours, and it looks cold. Do you see this? This is a cold high pressure center moving out. Calming winds out west, and it does look like your conditions are going to be mighty cold, cold enough for that freeze warning. Going through Saturday, did you see this? If you happen to be fishing on Lake of the Woods, you might want to bring some cold weather gear. Oofta twice. Yep, indeed, Brenda. Thank you. Now, how much rain does this equate to? Let's take a look at the total amount of precipitation. It's going to be kind of bandy. See these little narrow strings where we get these showers passing through? But under those heavier showers, another 1 to 3/10 of an inch of rain is going to be possible. I think even more than that out here. I think this model is undercutting what's going on out to the west, moving into the James River Valley right now. So back to the radar we go. I do think some of us will still see an additional ½ inch of rain, particularly maybe Stutzman County. The Valley City area is dry right now, but it's moving in your general direction. Here's a look at that radar. One more time. All right, here it is. Low pressure center right smack dab here. Isobars close together. Longer wind arrows showing that northwesterly flow and transporting cold air our way. Heavy showers and very gusty winds with a high wind warning in South Dakota. High profile vehicles traveling north to south. Be cautious. We're having gusts over 50 and even 60 miles per hour still in these areas. As we zoom down here, we're seeing 67 mile per hour gusts in southern South Dakota. Down there near that I-90 corridor, 60 and 70 mile per hour gusts reported out there. Are you kidding? 77. Did you see that? 77 mile per hour gusts near that Cotton area. That's pretty windy stuff down there. So dangerous for truck drivers, particularly going north-south with this kind of component across from the west. Now, here's a storm system. We're in the eye of the storm here, Bemidji to Brainerd. That's going to slowly exit off to the east. So we're not done with rain showers here in Fargo by any stretch of the imagination, as we showed you on the forecast. Now, let's get to those temperatures out there and let's take a look at what's going on. But first, how about a quick picture of the entire nation? Tornado watches in the central part of the U.S. today, all the way down into northwest Arkansas. And we're looking at western parts of Kentucky, southern parts of Illinois, south of Chicago. And we do have already reports of tornadoes in these areas. So tornado warnings making their way towards Cape Girardeau, just south of there in the Boot Heel of Missouri, crossing the border into Tennessee and into portions of Kentucky right now. Charleston have a tornado warning on the ground south of there as well. So active weather from this system working its way eastward. In the mid-Atlantic states, showers and windy thunderstorms from that round yesterday working its way toward the mid-Atlantic states. So we're talking about Virginia all the way up to Maryland and down into central PA out there as we head into your afternoon. So the national picture looks like this. We have some cold weather making its way into the northern plains. Our wet weather continues for the evening. Here's your summary in the forecast, and I'm loving the rain too. Let's talk about it. 36 degrees in on your Saturday morning in the Grand Forks area, 38 for Fargo. It's going to be a cool one here, but out west we'll have freezing conditions possible with some in the upper 20s up here. Hoo-wee. The wind will be strongest here. Out to the west, I've got 15-mile-per-hour winds. Not as big of a deal there. But here and across Minnesota, pretty gusty. Now, we'll still have a passing sprinkle or two in central parts of Minnesota and eastern parts of Minnesota. Bonnie says, my friend in Missouri is getting these storms. Indeed, those severe storms hitting southeastern Missouri right now. All right, here's a look at your Saturday forecast in the afternoon. And see all the blue? That's cool. We're talking afternoon temperatures in the Devil's Lake Basin in the 30s. Walhalla, I don't think they'll be opening up the ski resort up there, but it does look like we're going to have some pretty chilly conditions. And look at this, Lake of the Woods. You better bring the old parka if you're going out fishing. Heading into your Saturday morning. North winds will be strongest in the valley and east, 20 to 25 miles per hour, not quite as strong as we've been accustomed to. A little bit of warming going on out here out to the west, but late day clouds will be building in on your Saturday afternoon. Now the 7-day planner looks like this. Fargo, frost. Grand Forks, frost. Devil's Lake Basin, freeze. We're going to have frost and freezing conditions in eastern North Dakota on Sunday morning. I just want you to protect your plants. Now, I've been talking about it for several days now. I've got it highlighted. A morning frost and freeze here in the valley, northern Minnesota. You're not excluded. A little bit of a warming trend, but nothing too hot. Notice average temperatures are near 70 degrees in Fargo this time of the year, and it'll take us until the latter part of the work week to get back to there. Another weather-making system here, I think, is going to skirt mainly through South Dakota. So for those of you in South Dakota, first of all, drop a comment and say howdy. If you are anywhere from Pierre to Chamberlain and points north, a good chance of soaking showers. And western parts of North Dakota could see some showers as we go into the Saturday evening time frame into Sunday morning. All right, that's a look at your forecast. Now, as we go out beyond this, it does look like we'll see temperatures fix themselves just a little bit more, and that is a good thing. So if there are no other questions, let's take one more look at what's going on with this long-range forecast, and I want to point out the temperature trend here as we take a look at the U.S. temperature trend on the American model. So here we go with a look at that. Now let's check this out. Yeehaw! Okay, so as we go through this cool period, here's that cool air scooping down from Canada, and look at that, nice cold temperatures. But we start seeing the oranges return in Montana, but not here in the valley for at least a few days. Now, once we get through Sunday and into next week, we'll start seeing some moderation. But do you notice the cool in South Dakota? That's the next weather-making event there, and it will bring a chance for some scattered showers of rain to that region. Now, that continues to keep us on the cooler side of things as we go into the middle of your work week next week. But beyond that, we start to see some of the red. That's the nice warm stuff that we all got going around there, and that's awful nice to see. But it doesn't really spread in until we get to the late week, where I have the 70s here in the valley. Look at that white hot heat there in southern parts of South Dakota, and that is that's the depths of summer starting to try to return to the northern plains late next week. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. One last look at that 7-day forecast and a note from my fine friends at Eventide. Eventide is a wonderful place, wonderful communities here in our area. And not only that, it's a great place to work. Now, they have all kinds of different levels of service for you. You can have independent living there, a lot of activities to do. And not only that, they have escalating care as well. Should you need assisted living, check out eventide.org for more information on a great place to live and an even great place to work as well. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson, inviting you to upload your photos and continue to do so. You know what? Hutch's Facebook following is growing. We're almost crossing 62,000. Will you help me get there? All right, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Facebook. I'll have updates throughout the day. Prepare for some cold weather the next 2 mornings here in the valley. We'll talk again.